Alright, so what this is a video on how to change your desktop icon sizes for Windows Server 2012 and Windows 8. It's the same kernel, so it should work out just fine. So let's start with going to the desktop. So there'll be a button on this start screen. You can move the start screen around. As you see, there'll be a button that displays your desktop. We're going to click on that. Now that brings us to our desktop. In the desktop, what we're going to do is right-click on the desktop and using your right mouse button, pull up this little sub-menu. Now we click on Personalize, and the Personalize menu comes up. And it should say on the top, it should say Appearance Personalization. The place to go next is to the display selection down at the bottom left hand corner. And in the display selection we have several different choices. One of the things that is the most helpful is to change only the text size. So for instance, we can change the text size of menus, title bars, message boxes, palette tiles, icons, tooltips, etc. So if we change the text of a title bar, for instance, from 11 point up to, let's say, 16 point, and then we can even make it bold and apply it, we get a please wait. Now you can see up here on the display, the title bar is much larger. Isn't that wonderful? And if I were to open another window, let's say open a text window like this one, this is a CD, you'll see that the title bar text is rather huge. So that's pretty cool. So we can do that, and so the next thing we can do is we can change the text size of menus, etc. And so these are things that we can do. And I'm going to just change this back to a smaller font. I'd rather have it a nice small font, because I can see it just fine, and it'll assist me for the rest of this demonstration. So I'm going to just do it a couple of times here and get it back to 11 like it was before. Another thing that you can do is you can change the size of the entire suite of items. So you can change the size for all items by choosing, for instance, 150%. Or you can go to custom sizing options and change it 200% or even more. When you do this, you will have to log off and back on, and then your text will be larger. Other things that you can do to make things easier that have drawbacks and that are kind of useful in some cases. One would be to adjust the resolution, and this is one that I do not recommend, but I'll show it to you anyway. By clicking on resolution, let's just go back there, and you'll see I went to adjust resolution on the upper left hand corner, and I am going to adjust it, and right now you'll see it's the highest that it could be. If you adjust it and make your screen resolution smaller down to, say, 1024 by 768 or smaller, then everything will appear larger, but you'll actually have less space on your screen, and some programs may not like that. So that's why I don't recommend it, but that is something that some people use to make their screen appear larger. So those are some of the things that you can do, but also keep in mind that you can run the magnifier tool, and it will magnify anything you hover over. And the magnifier tool is useful. I'm going to change it to less of a magnification and turn it off, in fact. But you can use a magnifier tool just like you would use a magnifying glass in front of the monitor. So if your eyes are getting to where you have to hold text beyond the reach of your arms, there are many things that you can do to make it easier for your display to be readable. That's it.